Hiya, quick question. What if $5 ads could fill your calendar, sell your offer, and get you conversation with leads who actually want what you offer right now and want to talk to you? Well, I got something that can. In the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you how 5 totally different business owners, from newbies to veterans, let's call them, use what we call the fast funnel strategy to go from, let's say, ghosted to being fully booked on their calendar using like $5 a day in ad spend. First of all, I want to talk about Rhonda. Now, she took her coaching program and she actually designed several fast funnel ads while we did it with her. And from that, she got 15 messenger conversations. And she closed 4 members into her low ticket offer easily. And then one of them actually jumped straight onto the wait list for a high ticket program. And that was within days of starting this. She didn't actually need to make any sales calls. That was awesome. And there was no nurture sequence yet. And now we're getting a higher quality messenger lead, so she doesn't need to need to message that many people this time. And then we've got Rob. Now, Rob, he used the fast funnel campaign to fill up his winter challenge before winter hit. And usually the lack of clients during the winter months would mean he has 0 recurring income unless his people all come back after Christmas. But with our ad strategy over 3 months, his ads got his clients to pre-book their membership for the next year, so that his spring revenue was already secured. And that gave him peace of mind, all from a $5 a day ad that actually started real conversations with the right types of people and retargeted the people who already used to come anyway. I actually want to talk about Brooke's salon as well, because it was brilliant. Now, we managed to book it out for an entire month after setting up this campaign. And she ran the $5 fast funnel ad based upon her offer. And keep in mind, for a local brick and mortar business, all your freebie needs to look like is a personal invite or a discount, and she'd use a discount. Now, when she invited people to comment below, oh my goodness me, it opened up a whole stream of direct messages, conversations, which led to a fully booked calendar in less than a week. And she said, talking to my audience feels now like fun, and it's the lifeblood of my business. They're her exact words. Actually, while we're here, I wanted to tell you about Jules, because Jules is a brilliant story too. Now, Jules, she had an amazing offer. But her audience, her local audience, didn't even realise that it existed, okay? And she started running her video ads and just spending just £5 a day, because she was in the UK. And the idea was to answer her audience's biggest misunderstandings. And that was that her company not only offered letting services in her area, that they also offered property sales, and that she was really great at it too. And the result was that people were actually walking into the office in person to speak to Jules, and they signed up to sell their home with her, and it happened so fast as well. That was an amazing story. Actually, I've got lots of stories about Jules. But lastly, let's talk about Mark Hennigan. He'd actually got sick of the corporate estate agency world in the UK, and he wanted to start his own agency so he could actually basically serve his local people in a way that he knew would be better for them when they're selling their house. And he used the £5 a day ad strategy to post just 3 videos, okay? And you've got to remember, his agency was completely new. He was already really, really good at what he did. He was very experienced. He knew what he was doing, but nobody knew his agency. So what we did was he set up 3, what we call top of funnel, 3 £5 a day ads. And within a month, people were reaching out to him. And one of the cool things was that he was telling us that he was knocking on the doors where people actually contacted him. And they'd say things like, "Oh, you're exactly like you are on the internet," or you look exactly like you were on Instagram," or things like that. And you go, "Oh, you sound like the video you did it on Facebook." So people were seeing his ads in the local area, and it was just the people who were interested in actually finding out how much their home's worth, and finding an estate agency who could help them sell their home. It was just brilliant, and it's another one of my favourite stories. Anyway, but everyone suddenly knew in the area, in Reading, that Mark's here and he can help me. And they all reached out to work with him. So the question is, though, what do they all have in common? Well, when they came to us, we just saw what they had already, and we didn't have to change our offer. They didn't increase their ad spend, and they didn't build, actually none of them built any funnels. They didn't have to build anything new. But what they did use was a $5 or £1 a day strategy that I'm actually about to explain to you actually. The first thing was to recognise the problem that they solved, and then you could promote it in a little, what we call lead magnet, okay, which we call value bomb. And it was just writing 1 sentence, and you just go, "This solves," and you put in the problem, and then you go in and then a time frame, and then you just say if you want it. So you can see how simple that is. And then step 2, we just turn that into a simple 60 seconds video or post. And then we end below with comment if you want this, or send me a DM if you want this. And you can even put a button on that, okay, if you want to, if you prefer to. But commenting is actually better, but I'll explain that in another video. And then step 3 was to set it as a live either $5 or £5 a day engagement ad. Yeah. And then when someone comments, you just tell them on the ad itself that you're going to go into their DMs. So I'm going to send it to you in your DMs. And then you start a little conversation in the DMs with them and make sure the freebie's right for them. And that's basically the green light to stop the conversation when they comment below, and then you can just check. And you can always send them something different if that's not very good for me as well. That's what I like doing. Anyway, the reason this works is because as a great lead generation method, as reaching out to people who want what you've got, people actually interact with you because you're actually setting it up that way. You're not chasing passive subscribers or you're going, here, I've got this free thing, come grab it and then run away. You're actually saying, hey, I've got this free thing. If you want it, comment below and then I'll send it to you in Messenger. So they're expecting to hear from you, yeah? And you're actually talking to like active prospects who raise their hand. And the result is that these types of conversations actually lead to sales in a much more natural way because you can have a quick chat with them and see how they're actually doing. Now, you're going to need the fast funnel ad template for this strategy because that actually shows you exactly what to say and how to set it up and how to get it live in under 5 minutes if you're good in Ads Manager. So if you want it, comment the word fast below, actually fast, let's put FAST1, and I will send you this template. Hang on a second and I'll show you what the template looks like. This is fun because I've got my funky background, but look, it's here. Yay! I like that because I just disappear. Anyway, there you go. So it's here. Right, you can't see. Anyway, if you want it, just comment below. So I've got it here. And I'll send it to you in Messenger. But if you got this, you can start getting active conversations with leads who want what you actually offer today. It's just so effective. I love it. Anyway, if you want it, just comment below and I'll send it over.